Oh yeah, we back up. We back up. What's up, WSSU Ram Nation? It's SJG, and I am here on the beautiful campus of Winston-Salem State University. It's 6 p.m. on April 9th, and we just got the official word. Of course, if you follow HBCU Game Day, WSSJG, you already knew who it was. Jay Butler is our new head men's basketball coach, but now I can officially talk about it without having to watch my back. But seriously, guys, if you aren't familiar with Jay Butler, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a damn good hire. Like this is the hire that we needed after, the last couple years, with Cleo leaving and, the transition and all of that stuff. Y'all remember when I was outside of Whitaker and Gaines, like in a mournful state? Well, man, I didn't know it was going to get that bad, but hey, that's in the past now. We got to move forward. We got to continue to push. And we have a new leader in Jay Butler who has been there before. He has been there in terms of the CIAA championship. He's got 3 of those as a player. And then he also has coached the team to the CIAA title. In addition to that, he has his winning percentage is over 60, which is right in line with what our winning percentage is as a program. And so, yeah, this is the hire that we needed. The last cycle, it kind of came up on us quick, and decisions had to be made, and it didn't work out the way that we would have liked for it to work out. But in this one, WSSU needed a home run hire, right? They needed somebody who was going to come in and be able to win immediately. Like, that's the expectation. It is what it is. There's no lie about that. There's no turning back from that. And I don't think that knowing Coach Butler, and I, covered him for the last couple years, I don't think that he's going to back down for that. I know he's not going to back down from it because he dealt with that over at Virginia Union. They are the lone CIAA team that has any type of a basketball pedigree like we have. And so, they have, multiple national championships and all of that stuff. They had a coach that won a lot of games, and his coach, Dave Robbins. So he knows what it looks like to play at a high level. He knows what it's like to coach at a program that has high expectations. Now, their fans, they're nothing like the Rams. Like, they don't have anything compared to the Rams, but they have legacy and all of that. And and that's his alma mater as well, which says a lot about this job. I put out a story a couple of months ago about the best CIAA coaching jobs, and Winston-Salem State was number 2 on the list, above Virginia Union, even though they have more national championships. And a lot of that was because Virginia Union has those championships in the pedigree. But WSSU, we have WSSU Ram Nation, the best Ram fan base in all of HBCU sports, specifically in the CIAA. So we have that. And also some things are going on with the UNC system that are helping some of the schools out, some of the smaller schools out, like ourselves and the other HBCUs. So a lot of good things are going on. A lot of resources are being pumped into the basketball program, which is why the way that it was working out, it couldn't keep going that way. So obviously, Coach Butler believes in what Chancellor Brown is doing. We're still awaiting the official word on the new AD. But man, Eric Burns, the interim AD, has been at the helm not only for this hiring, but also for the hiring of Tory Woodbury a couple of months back. So he's been at the helm those are 2 of your biggest decisions, your football and your men's basketball coach. And he's been there anchoring the ship. Also we had Coach Tierra Terry. She came on board last year under former AD Etienne Thomas. And when you look at it, as we look on April 9th, if the hire for AD comes in before April 15th, that means we would have hired new women's basketball, football, and men's basketball coach and an AD. So that's a lot of Ram change in a short amount of time. But I think everybody would say that it was needed. And so now the hope is that the new folks who have come in, they seem to have the synergy. I love to see Coach Tory Woodbury out there with the women's basketball program, encouraging them as they went on their run. He was also over with women's flag football. So shout out to Coach Woodbury for not only, focusing on the WSSU football program, but also making sure that he supports the other sports, including the women's sports. I think that's so important. So, a lot of good things are really going on here over at 601 South MLK Drive. Before we even got officially this announcement, we had the day of giving, and that went over well. We had a goal of 300,000. I think we hit 336. Pretty good number, right? So we hit 336 there. So, the fundraising efforts are going well. We saw what happened with women's basketball, which was absolutely amazing. And, and who else saw it too? Everybody saw it, but who else saw it too? Coach Jay Butler. Again, he coached with Tierra Terry. The two of them were at Virginia Union for a good number of years together. Coach Terry comes back. She comes home to her alma mater, and she did an amazing job, storybook ending. Congratulations to her for getting the Big House Games of the Year award. She also got awarded the honor roll. She got awarded head of the class for women's college basketball, and that class wasn't just HBCU. It wasn't D2. It included everybody. So Dawn Staley was on that list, but Tierra Terry, our head coach, was on that. And so obviously Coach Terry does an amazing job. Her staff does an amazing job. The team did an amazing job. But WSSU, again, I talked about how the state through sports betting. The state through sports betting is pumping money to to the state's universities, members of the UNC system, but everyone except for UNC and NC State. So, that is helping a lot with resources. We also have former coach Lamont as a major gifts officer. So shout out to her. She's doing amazing work behind the scenes, as are a lot of people. Again, interim AD Burns is came in as a CFO. So a lot of great things are going on with this program. A lot of folks over there at Lombardi Street, over there at VUU, they're like, oh man, why would he take this job? Why? That's a move backwards. What? Bro, what? First of all, we are Winston-Salem State University, all right? As I've been saying, wins actually is at the start of her name. You can't say it without it. So with that being said, that's enough to leave already. I'm alma mater or not. That's enough to leave already. And then you got all of Ram Nation behind you. You got all of this tradition. And now, you have some resources. Then that matters so much in this day and age in college sports specifically, where every year you're probably going to have a new roster. Pretty much you have a couple of rollovers. And so, again, we have Jay Butler, who is not new to the CIAA. He's not new to being a college basketball head coach, and he's not new to the pressure of the situation. This is a situation where we could be sitting back a year from now, just like when we did the hire for Tierra Terry. We could be sitting a year from now as CIAA champions and going on the NCAA run. Oh yeah, an NCAA run, because this is Winston-Salem State University. We are the first HBCU to win an NCAA tournament champion. 1967, shout out to Big House Games. And, Jay Butler comes from a place where they compete for national championships, and he also has proven that he can win at that level as well. So a lot to look forward to if you're a Ram fan. I'm glad the news is officially out. Like I said, I don't got to look over my shoulder anymore, maybe. But I'm so happy for the Ramley, but also for Coach Butler. He's a really good guy. And hopefully a lot of you guys will get a chance to know him, and but he's a winner, and that's what we want. That's what we deserve. And I think, and I know that's what we got. So I'm excited about the future. We'll see what happens with the AD search. I mean, at this point, with all the changes that have been made in the last couple of months, I don't see how it goes to anybody else. But, hey, I've already got I've already gotten enough trouble this week. So you know what? I'm going to just let that play out the way it will, and maybe we'll all be surprised. Who knows? But shout out to everyone involved. Thank you, WSSU Ram Nation. Thank you to everyone who donated on the day of giving. Don't forget, the spring football game is coming up on Saturday. So if you're seeing this and you're in the area, come show Coach Woodbury and his guys some love. I've been out there at practice. They're working hard, trying to get this ship righted as well. And I have no doubts that they will do that. Also, if you're going to be in Charlotte, I know a lot of you guys live in Charlotte, make sure you check out our women's flag football team. Flag football championships start on Friday. We got a bye, but we will play on Friday. I think the Livingstone Bowie State winner. And then once we win that game, because we know we're going to win. Once we win that game, we're in the championship. We're going to the semis and the championships. We're going to go ahead and repeat and win the whole Ram thing again. So shout out to everybody that's involved with that. And WSSU Ram Nation, I'm so happy to be a part of it, and happy for everyone who has become a part of this. Please, guys, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. Interact with me in the comments as well. And, you know, we'll look to continue to do some innovative things here on WSSU Ram Nation. All right, I got to get up out of here because it's about to get dark. They're doing probates. It's a beautiful time on campus right now. And also the NAA meeting is next week as well. They had a lot of great things going on. So I'm trying to give everybody love that I can. Appreciate everybody for rocking with me. And we'll keep doing this same Ram time. But I'm telling you, this time next year, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. And the pressure is putting the pressure on. But hey, look, when you accept the job over here, you got to accept the pressure, you know, because if you do good, you know, sky's the limit. But hey, when it ain't going good, I got to tell the Ram truth. So, but I'm saying this time next year, do not be surprised if we are champions. We're going to make that our goal. We're going to be the champion in men's and women's CIAA basketball. We're just going to bring it all home. Title Town right here at South MLK Drive. All right, I'm going for real now, y'all. Peace.
We don't just participate, we dominate.